we may not be the facilitator for like travel arrangements or charitable stuff, but the facilitator to have that family conversation. We should be spurring the ones of organizing with the kids and the parents and the grandkids if they're old enough to have that conversation and get them all together, which is not a conversation that many of them are going to have at the kitchen table. Two is, where do we go as advisors over the next 10 to 15 years to differentiate ourselves across the spectrums?
Regardless of where things go with, investment channels and opportunities, financial planning, maybe getting more and more automated or semi-automated through technology, which I think is inevitable. I think that as an advisor, our biggest opportunity to remain differentiated is to know our client better than anybody else. But that's kind of my, 30,000 foot view of, where I can still stick a stake in the ground relative to everything that's going on around me and around other advisors.
Do we think that advisors, as advisors, I'm one of them, right? I can talk numbers and I love talking like the macro environment and whatever. Clients gloss over on that. Do we think as advisors there's enough out there that have the EQ that's necessary to have these deep, hard conversations? Is our industry ready for that? I don't know.
I think what we mistake as advisors, though, is that kind of to challenge the first thing that you said about talking about the macro environment. We think that clients can consume that.
Yeah.
Actually, what clients have a much better aptitude to consume on a general basis, an overall population basis, are these conversations that actually have to do with living life alongside them. But I think that as an industry, we're really struggling to realize that the conversations that we are capable of having actually are not about investment management.
In theory, the idea of servicing more clients is what a lot of firms want to do, but I think we are chronic over-servicers based on what we are charging or how we are trying to create businesses that are scalable. And I think that's actually the crux of the issue.
Every once in a while, someone will contact our firm or they'll contact me directly. They're in college, they want to get into financial advice or financial planning, and they'll ask me, what's your recommendations? I would say, well, you need to know finance, but I would actually encourage you to take psychology, behavioral studies. You could know everything there is to know about personal finance, but unless you can motivate the client to make the right decisions at the right time and stick with those decisions when every nerve in their body is screaming at them that they should be running for the exit signs, you haven't really accomplished anything. I think that kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier. It's all about the relationship, and if you can endear yourself to the client by getting to know him or her or their family, by asking questions that nobody's ever asked them before, that's where it's at, I think.
As advisors, we are extremely analytical. We love to nerd out over economic data, 10Ks and 10Qs to better understand and predict where the market and the economy are heading. But as this industry continues to evolve, I believe that advisors are going to have to find different ways to differentiate themselves from the competition. And this is going to stem from the services, the value, and the servicing you provide to clients. And it means that we may become uncomfortable with some of these conversations that we have to have with our clients to better understand the whys and the whats of their situation. What drives them? What motivates them? What do they really want to do, and why do they want to do it? And these are emotional or EQ type conversations that may be out of the ordinary scope of what we are doing today. But ultimately, that's what's going to drive differentiation in our industry as it continues to evolve going forward.